here I am again with this knife just waving around. I gotta be careful. Hi, Jody here. It is almost my favorite time of year, Valentine's Day, one of my favorite holidays. You know, also Thanksgiving, another one of my favorite holidays. I love the food, love the spread. Halloween, because, you know, I made that delicious casserole this year. New Year's, Mother's Day. Let's just say it's one of my top 5 holidays. It's, you know, so much love to be passed around. And one of my love languages is layers in the casserole in my cooking. And for this holiday, I thought what better way to celebrate than to make a decadent strawberry rum cake. But first, I can feel your eyes like peering through the camera at me. You might be wondering, Jody, have you hit it big? Are you finally this big influencer? Are those diamonds? They're not. They are cubic zirconia, which Steve tells me are just as good as diamonds, just as sparkly. And these rubies? Nope, just some sort of red gem. But you know, I'm planning, once I become a top tier influencer, I am headed to Zales and I'm gonna have a heyday there, just finding all the cubic zirconias, maybe even a diamond. If any of you out there wanna maybe tag Zales, do like an @Zales or a hashtag Zales, I think @ is what you wanna do. Maybe then we could partner up, because I'm game. Costco, they have a great jewelry department. I'm always ogling those diamonds. I look at the diamonds, thousands of dollars, and then I leave with a $1.50 hot dog combo. I mean, who wouldn't? And that makes sense. Anyway, let's get to this cake, huh? So 2 very special ingredients in this cake are some rum and some strawberry liqueur. So good. You might be wondering, are you going to get drunk if you eat this cake? To tell you the truth, I really don't know. What I can tell you is I feel great when I eat this cake. And I don't know if it's just from the mixture of all the flavors, if it's because it's made in a casserole dish. I don't know, I love it. My kids happen to love it. They're pretty quiet after they have it. I serve them up a real big helping and they just sit and watch TV for hours. My mother-in-law, you know, she'll maybe have seconds, thirds, and you know, after a couple servings, she just will start yelling at us sometimes. And I'm thinking, Steve, get a handle on your mom. She's like belligerent, you know? So I can't tell you either way what it is, but I can tell you it's delicious. I can't wait to eat it. So when I'm making this cake, I just kind of like to get in the mood and treat myself while I'm making treats for everyone else. So I just make a little bit to sip, you know, just a little bit. All right, let's get layered. Woo! So I just wanted to talk about the elephant in the room here. Artie, my stand mixer. This is something that only comes out for special occasions. It's something that Steve and my kids are not allowed to touch. Many people leave their beautiful KitchenAid mixers out on the counter. Not me. Tucked away in a cupboard. That rum is already starting to work. Oh, this is gonna be fun. He's gonna mix this really well and make it so it's a little more hands-off for me. If you wanna make this cake from scratch, you are more than welcome to, but for the purposes of our time, I just went ahead and got a cake mix. With this cake, I just have to add water and rum. Well, mostly rum. Okay, let's make it. Now, my mom, one tip she told me was to never plug in your mixer until you're done messing with it with your hands so you don't chop a finger off. Luckily, my mother had 6 fingers, so when she chopped off the one, then it was just a regular 5. Love the smell of it. Xylitol. The cake mix calls for 1 1/4 cups water. I'm gonna do 3/4 a cup and then add a 1/2 cup of rum, or maybe a little more. Because you know, a little bit of it burns off. Put this down, plug in my mixer. Mom, I'm gonna pour this in. We're gonna stir it till it's mixed. So fun. It smells delicious. It says to pour in the pan and bake it immediately. Mom, I almost forgot. Okay, I'm gonna unplug that so I don't lose any fingers because I only have the normal amount. So I'm gonna take this 9 by 13 inch pan and I'm gonna spray it with some Pam. I wonder if this originally was called Pamela or if they just stuck with Pam. Nice little coating of Pam. And we're gonna just dump this in. Look at that smooth batter. Uh-oh. Here's the thing about the KitchenAid artisanal mixer. There's always lumps at the bottom. Now KitchenAid, I'd like to know, this is such an expensive mixer that I don't let anyone touch. Why doesn't it mix all the way at the bottom? I shouldn't have to be hand mixing this right now is all I'm saying. But you know, imagine if I had some Zales rings on right now, how beautiful that product shot would be. Nor my nails though, because I had a little bit of a nail dip situation where my nails came off. So next time I'll make sure that that's all good. All right, you hear that, Zales? The rest of that. I'm gonna throw this in the oven at 350 for about 25 minutes. Follow whatever your box says or your own recipe says. Personally, I like to follow my heart the most, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it with the time and watch it. Alexa, set the time for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
Hey Alexa, happy Valentine's Day.
Why, thank you. That's the sweetest thing I've heard all day. Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
That could be a Zales commercial. Okay, now that the cake is baking in the oven, I'm gonna make our next layer, whipped cream. So we'll get some heavy whipping cream, some powdered sugar, a little vanilla extract, and the secret ingredient, a little color, some strawberry liqueur. So one of the secrets to making a great whipped cream is starting with a really cold metal bowl. Got a cup of cream, vanilla extract. Go ahead and put about half a teaspoon in there. Start small with the powdered sugar and you keep adding to just create the type of texture that you're looking for in a whipped cream. Look at that. And we want to create peaks here. So before I over whip this whipped cream, I need to add the special secret ingredient, the strawberries and cream liqueur. I just dump a little bit of in there. Van Meers. We've just got a beautiful whipped cream right here. Now I'm gonna pop this back in the fridge to chill while we're waiting for our cake to finish, okay? You know, in these moments when I've got my casserole or cake cooking in the oven, I'm always thinking about the layers and how I can increase the layers. And right here, we only have 2 layers. And for a day like Valentine's Day, 2 layers just doesn't really feel like enough love. So I feel like I need another layer. And I was thinking maybe a layer of strawberries because they're red, they're bright, they're juicy. I think that would be a nice 3rd layer. Maybe do another layer of whipped cream on top of the layer of strawberries, which would technically be, you know, a half a layer. I would love to add more layers, but this is, you know, you can only add so many layers on a cake. I'm gonna start by maybe cutting some cutouts. This is more like the setting of the diamond. This looks kind of like the setting of my wedding ring, which I forgot to put on today. But Steve has my heart and he knows it. I better stop eating the strawberries, otherwise I'm not gonna have my 3rd layer. This cake is done. Beautiful golden edges. Oh wow, that is beautiful. I think it's making me a little tipsy. That could be the glass of rum I drank, or it could be the smell. I mean, the only way to really test it is to give it to my mother-in-law and see if she starts berating me. Then we know for sure all the alcohol hasn't burned off. It's still hot. We'll give this a couple more minutes. Okay, so everything has cooled down. I'm gonna take the whipped cream and I am gonna frost our cake. Oh, look at that smooth whipped cream. There is nothing like homemade whipped cream, I tell ya, especially with this strawberry liqueur in it. Just gotta get a nice even spread here. You know, you could serve it like that, but I'm gonna take this time to be a little bit creative. And let's say, let me make a little Valentine's heart here. Steve is gonna love this. Steve has such a big heart. I mean, they told me it is enlarged, so it is literally bigger than your average heart. You know, I don't even know if that's counting all the, you know, valves and things. Okay, now I'm kind of in a rush, so this isn't probably my best work, but Steve, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Let's try it. Oh, I'm gonna put a strawberry on it. Moment of truth. Wow. Oh, I have hints of the rum, or that could be the whipped cream. I don't really know where the alcohol is coming from. It's subtle, but it's good. Now, if I could give this a rating of 21, I would, for two reasons. 21, because, you know, it has alcohol in it, but also, I mean, the flavor is to die for. But that is a little self-serving, so maybe I'll just give it a 15. 15 out of 10. Presentation, I'm gonna go ahead and say 15 as well. I think this is an outstanding dish. If I was giving Michelin stars, I don't even remember how many stars. I think probably 10 of those too. All together, I'm gonna eat this whole one. I'll just make another one for Steve. Happy Valentine's Day.